Welcome back to Misty and Ike, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Episode 147.
147.
What are we going to do today?
It's Elizabeth Olsen's birthday, so we're going to talk about WandaVision.
Not Full House?
No, that's the other Olsens.
Oh.
Mary Kate and Elizabeth, her sisters.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Wait, are they legit sisters?
Yeah, she's their little sister.
I thought I was making a joke.
No.
She's their little sister.
Yeah.
Not older.
No.
But legit. Okay, let's get into it. That's exciting. I thought I was being a funny.
No. I mean, you are funny, but...
Wow. I'm super excited.
Okay.
More Olsens right after this.
More Olsens. I'm Misty.
And I'm Ike.
The next 15 minutes,
We're going to debate pop culture.
my background's in music.
My background's in film.
I know the topics beforehand.
And I don't.
We check the internet for the facts.
And ruin it with opinions.
From pop rocks in your lunchbox.
To Happy Meal toys and swatch clocks. And we're back.
We are.
I will cut that out.
Wow.
So it's all about Wanda.
It's all about Wanda. Today is Elizabeth Olsen's 32nd birthday.
And I want to know all about it.
Oh, God, so bad.
Yeah, puns.
So bad.
That just came to me. Sometimes it just comes to me.
I wish that hadn't.
Yeah. So we're going to learn all about...
We're going to learn all about her character in her new show, WandaVision.
Right, because there's some confusion.
There is a lot of confusion.
Right.
So what I thought we would do is obviously WandaVision is part of the MCU Universe.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that we could trace back and explain Wanda's origin story in the MCU Universe to help it be a little bit more understandable.
Let's do it. It's going to be story time with Misty because I don't know anything about this.
Okay. So the first time that we see Wanda and her brother is in Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
So that's when the Avengers go and they go into the Hydra facility and they get into big fights. Big fights.
Wait, can I back you up for a second?
Yeah.
Don't we see her brother in an X-Men movie first?
You do. You see him for a split second and he is with a little girl, which is Wanda. But he doesn't play a huge part in it quite yet.
The one
so in the comic books, they're very different.
Yeah.
But because WandaVision's part of the MCU, I figured we'd stick to that story.
Okay.
Versus the origin story in the comic books. Because the origin story in the comic books goes way, 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 way further back.
Right.
And is very, very detailed.
Like Magneto's her dad.
Magneto's her dad. And then, they go through, her mom tries to hide them and they end up with a different family and it's real in-depth and detailed.
But he's not a real dad. He just saved her from a village that wanted to burn her as a witch.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Because she was little and she didn't understand her powers.
Her powers. And some people say that she's more powerful than the guy. What's his name?
You're going to need to give me a little more.
The glove, and he goes
Iron Man.
No, the big purple dude.
Oh, Thanos.
Yeah.
Well, if she was more powerful than Thanos, she would have been able to save Vision.
Well, maybe she is.
Maybe. We don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
All right. I'm super excited.
Okay.
WandaVision.
So, initially, the first time you see them, where they actually have, speaking role and whatever, her and her brother, Pietro, they are at a Hydra facility, and the Avengers come, and they, it seems like the twins are among some survivors of these experiments that Hydra has been experimenting on humans using the scepter that Loki stole, the blue scepter.
Oh, that he keeps poking people with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was green, but that's his outfit.
Right. So then you see them in a much, much larger role in Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
So Age of Ultron is the one where basically Jarvis, which was Iron Man's virtual butler, comes to life with a body, right?
Yeah.
So he becomes Ultron and basically steals all of Jarvis's knowledge and shoves Jarvis down into the hole of nothingness so that Jarvis doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
So they go into this facility, the Avengers, and they get into a big fight with the Hydra people in the facility. And Wanda, thinking that the Avengers are bad, uses her telepathic abilities to interfere with the fight. So she messes with Hawkeye's brain and a couple others. And you see her, and her brother is also, he's the one that's super fast.
Right.
Right?
Faster than the Flash, perhaps.
Right. So you see him like fighting them as well.
Did he ever race the Flash?
I don't think so. The Flash is DCU.
Well, that would be a big problem.
The Flash is part of the Justice League, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He has a silly red outfit.
I like his outfit. I think it's fun.
I like the other kid. He's just dressed in street clothes.
The Flash?
No, the fast kid. Her brother.
Pietro? Is that it?
Yeah.
Pietro, right. So part of this actually goes a little bit back from there, and you get the backstory on it. It is the reason that Wanda and Pietro think that the Avengers are bad is because I don't remember which one it's in, but the Avengers end up like having a big fight in this city, this imaginary city of a country. Yeah, well, it's a country actually, and they destroy the whole country.
Yeah,
it basically like falls to the ground. Her and her brother were involved in that,
right?
So they blame the Avengers for all of that.
Oh.
Right. And they've kind of been brainwashed, I think, by the Hydra. Right?
Now, is the Hydra in the MCU?
Hydra is like in the beginning of the MCU, like Captain America. Hydra's who they're trying to fight against. They're like the main
bad guy.
The big bad.
Before
Thanos.
Yeah, before all the aliens started coming out of the woodwork.
Basically, they're like a offshoot of the Nazis that are even worse. Like they're experimenting with like biological weapons and things like that back during the World War. Yeah. So, what happens? I mean, what I basically get out of it is that the Avengers end up actually saving Wanda and Pietro. Well, no, I mean Pietro in the end, he dies. He saves someone and gets killed while he's saving this little kid.
Okay.
But the Avengers take in Wanda, and she becomes an Avenger, and they tell her they're going to help her learn how to control and to use these powers that she has, that she's gotten from what I assume she got them from all the Hydra experiments.
We should explain to everybody at home how many episodes of WandaVision you've seen.
2.
Okay.
There's 5 that are out right now.
At the time of this recording, there are 5.
Yeah.
So don't at us right now. She's only seen 2.
Okay, so there's more.
There's some developments
that explain things.
No, it's as of 5. It's a cliffhanger of something I'm not going to burn you on right now.
Oh, please don't.
But not everybody is as dead as you think they are, and not everybody is as alive as you think they are.
Pietro's not dead?
I didn't say that.
What's his superhero name?
They may or may not have undone the snap too.
Well, yeah. I mean, they undid the snap in the last Avengers movie.
Did they got everybody back?
Almost. Okay, so the snap, it's very confusing because it's actually like they kind of undid the snap, but it was more like time travel back to before the snap to undo the snap. So if you were in a certain piece of time and not in the time travel, then it didn't work. You still would have died.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
It's confusing.
It's very confusing. I'm going to have to go home and rewatch all this shit tonight.
You have to watch all the Marvel movies then.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen all of them, but they come out every 2 years, so you're like, I'm not going to rewatch
Have you ever done like a marathon? Where you start at like in chronological order and watch through them. I've done that. It's real cool. Mostly because they came out of order, and so there are all these things like in hindsight that you tie together on your own. But when you watch them in chronological order, the pieces all you're like, holy shit, how did they plan all of this out?
Yeah.
Like, it's baffling. And that's the big deal with WandaVision right now, is that there are all of these Easter eggs hidden throughout it that relate back to, you know, other bits and pieces from the movies that people are like, whoa, how did they know that they were going to do that 10 years from now in this offshoot thing?
Right.
It's crazy.
How did they know that?
I don't know. Do you want to look it up? Like how far ahead they planned?
I do want to look that up. How did Marvel... Keep going while I look this up.
Okay. Well, I mean, the main thing that like I am very confused by, obviously, like everyone else in the world that's watching WandaVision, in the last Avengers movie, in Endgame, Wanda is in love with Vision. Vision is what they turn Jarvis into. Like they are able to pull the Jarvis out of like the big bad void and give him like a body.
Yeah, because they gave him one of the power crystals.
The stones, the Infinity Stones.
Yeah. Where did they get that stone from?
His specific one, I don't remember. I don't remember. His is the Mind Stone, right? Because it's in his brain.
Yep.
I don't remember where the Mind Stone came from. But anyways, she falls in love with Vision, and Vision falls in love with her, and Vision ends up getting killed during Endgame. Because
they take that rock out of his brain.
Right.
He can't live without it.
Right. So, WandaVision starts. The first episode and the second episode are set in like, you know, what seems like a 60s sitcom. Like Bewitched.
Mm-hmm.
And it's her and Vision living this happy life. So I've only seen 2 episodes of it. So in my head, I'm like, okay, maybe this is Wanda like dealing with her grief, and she's created like an alternate reality that she can live in with Vision, where in a world where he's not dead. But then I got even more confused because at the end of the second episode, it shows that she's pregnant. And I'm just very confused on where you go with that.
Well,
like how you have an alternative reality. And I don't know.
Well, they explain it in the very next one that you haven't seen yet.
Oh, God, this is killing me.
Yeah.
Killing me.
And there's many things I don't want to reveal. Because it's a different era of television every week.
Right.
It's not just the black and white the whole time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen little, like, you know, like teasers or photos, and I've seen, like, definitely that there's, like, a 70s era that's going on, which those are, like, the Easter eggs about it that I absolutely love are the, like, tying back, realizing that the intro to the first and second episode, or the second episode, is literally a ripoff of the intro of Bewitched. Even the theme, like the font.
Yep.
You know, like picking out those little things. I'm like, oh, that's the Dick Van Dyke Show. That's blah, blah, blah. It's just so witty, like being able to do that.
Yeah.
Like being able to incorporate all of that into these things.
When we cut this episode and I'm editing before you upload them, you should sit here and watch the rest of them.
Oh, am I going to be mad?
No, but we might have to do a follow-up episode tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Or maybe next week. Do you want to hear how far they plan it out?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, in a recent interview with Marvel Studios boss conducted by Collider, Feig, who's the president of the MCU world, Marvel, spoke about the new Disney Plus series WandaVision, which drops on the streaming service back in January. When asked how far out Marvel has planned its upcoming movies and TV shows, Feig revealed, is it Feig or Feig?
I always say Feig.
Feig.
Paul Feig.
Paul Feig revealed that there's a lot in the works that we don't even know about. To varying degrees of specificity, it's always about 5 to 6 years out versus what we've announced. So they've got.
Oh my God! They've already announced into like 2024.
That's right. So to varying degrees of. I just read that part. So whatever that takes us to, based on Feig's statement, that would suggest films and series that would be released in theaters or on Disney Plus in 2025 or 2026 are being developed in the development stage now. Thus far, we know Phase 4 MCU projects such as Black Widow, The Eternals, originally slated for 2020 but delayed due. I hate it when people say global pandemic. Pandemic implies global. Are on the way in 2021. And May 7th and November 5th, respectively. Additionally, Shanghai, and The Legend of the Ten Rings and the untitled Spider-Man Far From Home sequel are slated to hit theaters November 2021. There was something better in there that I read earlier, but I missed it. Anyway, 5-6 years. Could have just said 5 or 6 years. Took up a whole minute.
No, but that's really cool. Like that. I mean, that means they're basically like 10 years ahead of themselves and ahead of what's out now. That's incredible.
I want to know how far ahead they were back when they released, what was it, the first Iron Man?
Yeah.
Did they see the whole
Well, that's
years?
what's weird about it is they kind of would have had to, because when you go back and you watch them in order, you see Easter eggs that are thrown into other movies, and you see things that were in Iron Man that foretold things that were going to happen.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that there's, 6 directors between all the movies?
Yeah, there's a lot.
So how is, do those guys get together and chat about it? Do the producers have to keep it straight? Do the writers?
Well, the writers would be the entry level to that, of the, tying it all together. And, okay, if we're going to put this here, then in this project that's going on over here, we're going to need to keep track of these teasers or Easter eggs or whatever.
It's nuts.
I wonder if they just have a giant whiteboard and they have WandaVision, Loki, last night. I mean, obviously this is going to air later, but the Super Bowl happened and they finally showed the trailer for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Right. When he does that little
super exciting.
He's flying and he flips under the 18-wheeler. Oh, so good.
I love both of them so much. Anthony Mackie is so great, and so Sebastian Stan.
And the quality that they shoot these shows
it's
at
incredible.
is almost movie quality.
It's incredible.
It's nuts.
Yeah. Well, because it's done by the people that do the movies.
Do the movies.
Hey, I get so excited and nerded out by all of this.
Yes. We're going to have to do a part 2 on this.
We are, because WandaVision is a big deal right now, because people are like, I need to know what's happening soon. People are freaking out.
Well, it's finally at the part now
where you're going to find some things out in the next episode in 6.
Well, the next 3. You're going to know a lot more about what the rest of the season is about now. Right. Because the first 2, people were like, I don't know if I even want to watch this show. And then,
which I don't get, because I was so but that's my nerd brain of oh, him carrying her in like that is a play on the Dick Van Dyke Show, where Dick Van Dyke walked in and tripped over the Ottoman and the Bewitched logo. And I wanted to watch them again to pick out these weird little things. And certain, the heart on the calendar. Yeah. It's on the, I think it was the 24th, 23rd, because WandaVision is 23 in the series of the things they were released.
Well, it also represents
that's so cool.
A date of something also.
It does. It does.
I forgot what it is. We're going to
just like Vision did in the episode. He couldn't remember what it was either.
Yeah. Well, let's pick this back up when you're caught up.
Okay.
Maybe next week. Fair. We'll do an update.
Okay. Update on WandaVision.
All right.
And you know what? Happy birthday, Elizabeth Olsen.
Who is definitely related to the Olsen twins.
She's their little sister.
I had no idea.
The Olsen twins have a fashion line called Elizabeth and James, and it's named after Elizabeth and James, their little brother.
That is nuts.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Especially on this show.
That's for sure. We teach each other stuff.
What are we learning about tomorrow? Ooh, tomorrow's Jimmy Fallon Day.
This is my week.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
That's great.
So excited.
And then Thursday, we're going to learn about the planet Pluto, because something happened on Thursday in the timeline.
Pluto became a planet.
Yeah, we discovered Pluto on Thursday. And then Friday, not only is it Fun Fact Friday, but it's the 150th episode of the Misty and Ike program.
So cool.
Stay tuned for an extravaganza. Leave us a comment. Tell us how we're doing. Don't forget to listen to us on audio platforms if you can't watch us on the visuals.
That means Spotify, Apple, iTunes.
Yeah, but mainly Spotify because they pay better.
Are we getting paid?
Yes, eventually. If enough people listen to us on Spotify, we'll get paid.
I was like, I ain't getting paid nothing yet.
Help us grow. Tell a friend. If you like the show, spread the word.
Totally.
And we'll keep spreading our words.
Lots of words.
And legs. Only for you, folks. This is another 20-minute episode.
Isaac just got slutty.
Hey, now.
Hey, bye.
Bye.